Kyle Rittenhouse was 17 when he shot the two people with the AR-15, guys. Keep this in mind. 17 years old, going to a place where a Black Lives Matter protest is happening, probably being anti-black, you feel me? And people lost their lives. It's your boy BigBossJawon back with another video, guys. A new segment on my channel. I do cover a lot of the latest news and a lot of the most important things I feel like is going on in the world, whether it's something tragic or something we can all be excited and happy about. Unfortunately, this is a tragic event in my eyes when talking about the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. I am going to, like I did before with the Travis Scott situation, I read the article so you guys know, like, I'm not making this up. Like, this is real stuff. And this comes from a real source. This is a CNN source. You know, it's talking about the Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, CNN right there. We're going to get straight into it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, hit that bell right there. The article's title is Self-Defense is Not Illegal. Kyle Rittenhouse tells Fox News after not guilty verdict. Kyle Rittenhouse, the teenager who killed two people and shot another during unrest in Kenosha, Wisconsin, was acquitted Friday of first-degree international homicide and 4 other felony charges. Rittenhouse, wearing a dark jacket with a burgundy tie and shirt, stood behind the defense table as each not guilty verdict was read. He tried to hold back tears, then sobbed and appeared to collapse forward on the table, where his attorney embraced him. In a video promoting the Tucker Carlson original special on the case, Rittenhouse tells someone as he is apparently driven away from the courthouse, "The jury reached the correct verdict. Self-defense is not illegal, and I believe they came to the correct verdict, and I'm glad everything went well. It's been a rough journey, but we made it through. We made it through the hard part." Carlson's crew has been embedded with the team throughout the trial, and Fox host interviewed Rittenhouse on his Monday show, will air in December on the Fox Nation streaming service, Fox News said. Rittenhouse's mother gasped as the final verdict was read, her head falling into her hands. The panel of 5 men and 7 women deliberated more than 25 hours over the past 4 days in a closely watched case that polarized an already divided nation. The verdict cannot be appealed. There are the 5 charges the jury considered. Governor Evers, in a statement, called for peace on the streets and said the trial was reopened wounds that have not yet fully healed. During the deliberation, jurors requested to rewatch much of the video evidence of the shootings. In the end, they agreed with Rittenhouse's testimony that he feared for his life and acted in self-defense. Verdict sheets filled with the Kenosha County Clerk of the Circuit Court showed the presiding juror in the case signed the not guilty verdicts to the 5 charges on different dates. 3 verdict sheets were dated Wednesday and Thursday. The most severe charge Rittenhouse faced was a first-degree intentional homicide charge for the fatal shooting of Anthony Hubbard. Count 4, juror 54 signed the verdict sheet for the count Wednesday. The 2 sheets signed Friday involved the fatal shooting of Joseph Rosenbaum and the charge of reckless endangerment of a man who was near Rittenhouse during the shooting. The judge praises jury. Since the shooting on August 25, 2020, the case pitted Americans who saw Rittenhouse as an armed teen vigilant against who viewed him as a citizen taking up arms to protect businesses from looters and rioters. The judge praised the jurors, saying he couldn't have asked for a better juror. Some jurors appeared fatigued as the verdicts were read. Their hands were on their chins or rubbing their eyes. According to a pool reporter, others seemed ill at ease, arms folded across the chest. What's next for Rittenhouse? Rittenhouse attorney Mark Richards said outside court that his client was on his way home and wants to get on with his life. He has a huge sense of relief. Reporters told him. He wishes none of this would have ever happened, but as he said when he testified, he did not start this, and we're thankful in more ways than that the one juror finally got to hear the true story. Richards said the decision to put Rittenhouse on the stand wasn't a close call. In Wisconsin, if you don't put a client on the stand, you're going to lose. The attorney said Rittenhouse has had 24-hour security and does not expect to continue to live in the area. I think eventually some anomaly will come, Richards said. Prosecutor disappointed with the verdict. After the verdict, lead prosecutor Thomas Binger told the court, the jury has represented our community in its trial and has spoken. Binger in a statement said, while we are disappointed with the verdict, it must be respected. We ask that the members of the community continue to express their opinions and feelings about the verdict in a civil and peaceful manner. There is no accountability for the person who murdered our son. It sends the unacceptable message that armed civilians can show up at any town, incite violence, and then use the danger they have created to justify shooting people in the street. The statement said of the verdict. We hope that decent people will join us in forcefully rejecting that message and demanding more of our laws, our officials, and our justice system. Hubbard's girlfriend, Hannah Giddings, was not surprised by the verdict. We know that this system is a failure, she said. In this case, the victim's life don't matter. Kimberly Motley and Milo Squab, attorneys for Gage Crew, I don't know what that name is, said they would continue to seek justice. While today's verdict may mean justice delayed, it would not mean justice denied, they said in a statement. We are committed to uncovering the truth of that night and holding these responsible to account. I'm going to talk about what happened in the trial. I don't want to keep dragging the story, but we pretty much hit all the main points. Prosecutors called 22 witnesses over the course of 6 days as they sought to show Rittenhouse acted recklessly that night and provoked Rosenbaum by pointing the rifle at him, setting off the ensuing series of events. That is what provokes the entire incident. Binger said in closing arguments, when the defendant provokes this incident, he loses the right to self-defense. You cannot claim self-defense against a danger you create. The prosecutor portrayed the 3 other people who confronted the teen as heroes, trying to stop what they believed to be an active shooting. Binger also questioned the teenager's decisions to take a gun into the city in the first place, calling him a chaos tourist. On the stand, Rittenhouse testified he was demanding himself when he shot 4 times at Rosenbaum, who said had threatened him earlier, chased him, thrown a bag at him, and lunged for his gun. Rittenhouse also referred to the 3 other people he shot as a part of a mob chasing him. He became emotional and broke down into tears during testimony as he began to recount the initial shooting leading to break into the case. In closing arguments, defense attorney Richards said Rittenhouse feared for his life when he opened fire. Every person who was shot was attacking Kyle. He was one with a skateboard, one with his hands, and one with his feet, one with a gun. Richards said hands and feet can cause great bodily harm. The trial featured more than a dozen videos from the night that showed what happened before, during, and after the shootings. Most of the facts of what happened that night were not up for debate. Rather, at the heart of the trial was the analysis of Rittenhouse actions and whether they can be considered reasonable. Once again, that's like one of them articles that's just a whole lot. But in my opinion, guys, I feel like he came into that city armed with an intention to do something with his weapon. It's like, why carry that just everywhere? Nobody just carries their gun every single where they go, on feet and everything. You know what I mean? And then talking about he feared for his life. You know, he shot and killed several people. Like, what type of world do we live in, bro? Like, you commit a crime, you got to do the time. You feel me? It's obviously that he committed a crime. You know, I feel like a lot of those jurors they showed real sympathy when he started to cry and everything. They showed some sympathy towards him. And it went in his favor. A lot of us knew what kind of was going to happen when it came to a situation like this. I'm curious to know the race of the jurors. You feel me? I'm not being racist. I'm just being real. I'm just thinking how everybody else probably thinking about it. Cause I feel like, it's just not right. You feel me? What happened and everything. It's just not right. Not at all. I do once again give my condolences out to the families. That lost people to this tragic event. That I wish you guys could have had justice on this. I don't know if this case could probably be reopened or what, but I don't feel like justice was made, and it just shows how our system is in the world, and just how everything works. But it's your boy BigBossJawon. Once again, another tragic event. This has been a sad week. This verdict came in. Young Dolph, rest in peace, Young Dolph. He died. It's a lot of crazy things. A lot of crazy things has been happening in November, guys. You gotta be real cautious out here. The month of November, a lot of people, celebrities, regular people, just a lot of tragic events happen in the month of November. But sorry, you guys. Rest in peace, though, to all the fallen soldiers, all the people that's losing their lives. It's your boy BigBossJawon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Kylerittenhouse was 17 when he shot the two people with the AR-15, guys. Keep this in mind. 17 years old, going to a place where a Black Lives Matter protest is happening, probably being anti-black, you feel me? And people lost their lives.